Gino, just switch over to trunk thing here. So, Steve Earle is a wonderful musician, and he said that he would stand on Bob Dylan's coffee table and say that Townes Van Zandt is the greatest songwriter ever. I'm gonna make sure it's in tune first. And that's a pretty bold statement. I love Townes Van Zandt as much as the next guy, but I'm not sure I'd say that. I think Bob Dylan is the greatest songwriter ever. And this is going to be a Bob Dylan song that the band recorded first for their album Cahoots, and Levon Helm sang. Do we have any band fans in here? The band. I heard nobody applaud.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, there we go. This is called When I Paint My Masterpiece.
Who did Bob say was the best?
Hank Williams.
Right.
Amen.
Plug in, plug in.
Oh yeah, I gotta plug in.
Of course, he couldn't say himself.
Yeah, I'm all flustered now. We're talking about Bob Dylan, Hank Williams, Townes Van Zandt. Not so much Steve Earle, but
The band.
and the band, Robbie Robertson, man.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
They drove old Dixie down.
So good. Oh, the street. One more. Good. Oh, the streets of Rome are filled with rubble. Ancient footprints are everywhere. Can almost think that you're seeing double on those cold, dark nights on the Spanish stairs. Gotta hurry on back to my hotel room, where I've got me a date with a pretty little girl from Greece. She said she'd stay there with me until I painted my masterpiece. Just gotta adjust this a little bit. There's a second verse. Oh, the hours we spent inside the Coliseum, chasing lions and wasting time. Oh, those mighty kings of the jungle, I can hardly stand to see them. Man, it sure has been a long, hard ride. Train wheels running through the backs of my memories. Ran up a hill, following a flock of wild geese. Someday everything is gonna sound like a rhapsody when I paint my masterpiece. Sailing around the world in a dirty gondola. Oh, to be back in the land of Coca-Cola. Not done yet. Not done yet. Not done yet. Well, I left Rome and I landed in Brussels on a plane ride so bumpy I almost cried. Clergymen in uniforms and young women pulling muscles. Everybody came to greet me when I stepped inside. Newspaper men eating candy had to be held down by big police. there's a documentary about Merle Haggard, and it's wonderful. But he says the reason why he keeps going on and writing is because he doesn't know if he's written that one song that will change the world yet. And he's 70-some years old, and he said that's what I keep. You never know when that next song, that one song, and. Bob was a young man when he wrote this song, when I Paint My Masterpiece, and most people would say that he'd had a fairly successful run as a songwriter at that point. He'd written wonderful songs for like 10 years. It goes to show you that he was just looking for the best one. This song is I'm playing that one next. Okay. This is about, this is a love song too. I'm not going to play this 12 string anymore. I'm going to put the 6 string on. Enough of that. This is called Wood and Stone. Wood and Stone, sorry. Give me a second. It's new. It's new. These new ones. But it's a love story. It's probably the best love story I've ever come up with that actually panned out, and that's only because it's in words. Because we know that if it was not in words, that it would have ended up like all the rest of them. Unsuccessful. I'm not complaining. I got a lot of songs because of unsuccessful attempts. This is not a true story in my life, but it's a true story in some people's life. I dulled the edge of my knife, carving our names in the side of the barn we used to like to get lost in. That's where we tumble all around up in the hayloft and on the ground. Back then we thought that those days would never end. Sarah is my world. She stands like a sapphire pool of pearls, and I swear she sings the sweetest harmonies. She's got me writing lovely lines. She keeps the rain out of my skies. You can search the earth, not find eyes as blue as hers. Then one day Sarah came to me, wearing a smile that I still see. She said, Brady, we're going to have a child. And I said, a child of our own. And it was in that instant I lost the urge to roll. Let's go to the bank and take out a loan. We'll buy a house and make it our first home. Paint 2 rooms, one pink, one blue. If you ain't just like me, I hope she looks like you. First we told just a few friends, but soon the whispering began, and I watched while her daddy knocked down the door. He started threatening me, and he said, boy, you better leave, 'cause pretty soon your mistake won't matter anymore. And I said, no, a child's half my own, and I love your daughter more than you'll ever know. And I cried, no, a child's half my own, and I love your daughter more than you'll ever know. And I got to Sarah, she was quite a mess. She She had mascara stains down her dress, while her mama stood proud in the corner of the room. I reassured her that we'd be fine. This was her down to shine, and we'd emerge from that church as a happy bride and groom. I said, I am yours, and yours alone. I said, I am yours, and yours alone. And what was once carved in wood's now carved in stone. I said, I am yours, and yours alone. And what was once carved in wood's now carved in stone. Thank you. The parents didn't want the child to live, but the husband and wife wanted it to happen, and they did. I haven't written the rest of that story yet. So I drive a lot on the highways, in the interstates, for work, and I see cracks in the concrete, which is fine. But the grass that grows up in them, I think, boy, what a weird spot for grass to grow. Boy, they must be a terrible life for the grass, just living there. Nobody has probably ever thought that before, and so I wrote it down while I was listening to a Bob Dylan album. And it turned into this, so here you go. It's called That's How I Miss You. As the blades of grass that grow in the cracks on the interstate. Most days I resemble a lonesome mountain lion, traveling cross country out looking for a mate. And I'm as hungry as a hobo, and I will not hop that train 'cause I'm hoping for a plate. Shackles like a seasoned slave, I'll carry my guitar and sing these tunes over your grave. My social anxiety has reached an all-time high, but I won't medicate my mind. It gets worse every night. Every verse that I write, I'm always trying to understand the burdens of a broken man. And I'm sure that the moon doesn't shine as high as it did on the nights when we'd entertain the skies. Screw that verse up, I'm just saying that. And I'm sure that the moon doesn't shine as bright as it did on the nights when we'd entertain the skies. I remember all the words to all your songs, but I never sing along, no, I never sing along. And every treatment that I've tried has been taught in vain. I still hear your voice, and it brings me so much pain. It's worse every night. You can hear it in every verse that I write. I'm always trying to understand the burdens of a broken man. The spruce tree slowly secretes its sap from the wound where an axe struck its root, and that's how I miss you. Said the spruce tree slowly secretes its sap from the wound where an axe struck its root, and that's how I miss you. And that's how I miss you. 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 Thank you. I grew up in the country, and I'm proud of it. We give a little hoot and holler if you spend some time living in the country. Yeah, that's a good thing, that's a good thing. I'm thankful for it. Really thankful for it. I learned most of my lessons there. Good and the bad. Screwed up a lot. But, it's alright, man. It's totally not right for me to be living in the city, but it's not going to be forever. And I wrote this song on New Year's Eve of 2011. Yep, I did. It's called Trapped in the City Blues. And it's supposed to be a bluegrass song. So when you hear this, except when John plays the lead on it, which is wonderful, it's supposed to be a bluegrass song. So when you hear it, just think of mandolins and banjos and men in overalls and bass and the fiddles. I've got the trapped in the city blues. There ain't no diamonds stuck in the soles of my shoes. But these lights, they are holding me in, blinding my eyes from finding the road home again. I came to this town to find work. Temporary city living shouldn't hurt. But now 6 years have passed and my fields are still dust, and this city living's been a bust. I've got the trapped in the city blues. There ain't no diamond set in the soles of my shoes. But these lights, they are holding me in, blinding my eyes from finding the road home again. And as I swore an oath to the land that I'd farm her till I died and turned back to sand. Well, I broke my promise, now I'm cursed as a sailor. God blessed me with a million next door neighbors. Well, I wish this town would kick me out, and that someone would end small town economic drought. My family likes it here a lot. I watch them thrive while I sit here and rot. I've got them trapped in the city blues. There ain't no diamond stuck in the soles of my shoes. These lights, they are holding me in. They're blinding my eyes from finding the road home again. They're blinding my eyes from finding the road home again. Anybody ever feel that way? Like you're stuck here forever? I have. This is a song called, what's that? This song is called, I have two titles for it. What's the other title for it? The first one's called Since I Left You. No, it's an old song. I should know the other title. Too Sad. It's called Too Sad to Sleep. That's what it's called. And it's a sad song. It's a Hank Williams kind of song. Since I left you, I'm certain I haven't seen the sunshine. Since I left you, I spend most of my time trying to write you songs, but they never work, because no chords or words can match my hurt. No chords or words can match my hurt. Now I'm too sad to sleep in, and I'm too damn lonesome to crawl out of bed, and no one understands the ache in my head when I'm too sad to sleep. Since I left you, I've laid in the arms of others. I was wasting time, probably shouldn't have bothered to try to find someone to fill that hole, when only you brought me into my soul. It's only you brought me into my soul. Now I'm too sad to sleep again, and I'm too damn lonesome to crawl out of bed. No one understands the aching in my head when I'm too sad to sleep. Since I left you, I heard you found someone and married. And through the years, in my heart I've always carried a little piece of you. I still hear say, Brady, will you let your pride get in all the way? Will you let your pride get it all the way? And that's why I'm too sad to sleep again, and I'm too damn lonesome to crawl out of bed. No one understands this aching in my head when I'm too sad to sleep. When I'm too sad to sleep. When I'm too sad to sleep. Thank you. So some people say that, can we turn the feeding back just a smidge? Some people write songs and say that they're not personal at all. And I think that's a little bit bold, because how do you write from somebody else's experience? I don't know. And that prefaces into this because I love Taylor Swift. I know, I wrote this song for her. This is so embarrassing, I'll tell you. If you want to get your phones out, and you want to record it and put it on YouTube, and maybe, just maybe, she'll see it and call. You can attach my phone number to it, I don't care. Just as, I thought it might be kind of creepy to use her first name, so I Google searched and found her middle name, and I think that actually was a little bit creepier. And it's the truth, I did it. Her middle name's Allison. I hope she hears this and falls in love with me. Because I could get a lot more songs of it. So it would only last till Labor Day, probably. It's a real feeling. I just love her. If I were given the chance to love someone, I'd hope for you, Allison. To me, your worth is much more than gold, and your smile outshines the sun. But maybe we're both better off. Maybe we can't take the pain. Still, will we get over us, or will we stay the same? If fate sees fit and we find our paths cross, well, then our first battle's won. You recognize in me the same love lost. We've hurt the same way, Allison. Maybe we're both better off. Maybe we can't take the pain. Still, will we get over us, or will we stay the same? To this day, you still star in my dreams. And sometimes you keep me up past dawn. I'm always looking for new ways to describe the ways I want to love you, Allison. And I know we're both better off, forgetting all our fear of pain. Because if there's never us, we'll never be the same. And I know we're both better off, forsaking all our fear of pain. Because if there's never us, girl, we'll never be the same. That's really cheesy that I wrote a song for. I didn't know.